Hey there, Broncos. Remember our story, Hair Love. I want to first review a little bit about the plot. Now, it was about Zuri, who was the main character, right? And Zuri had some things going on, which made it a fun story, right? Before we get to that, though, let's review some of the vocabulary we talked about, because that vocabulary is very important. So our vocabulary we pointed out, the first one was presto. Remember we said it was something said when a job is complete, and a synonym for presto would be ta-da. Either one, you could use those interchangeably. The second vocabulary word was gathered, which means to bring together or collect. The third one was oiled, which means to soak with oil or cover fully with oil would be another way to say it. I wanted to add the word beamed, which was in the story as well. Beamed means to smile with joy. So if a person beamed, that means they had a big, huge smile on their face, okay? So those are the vocabulary words, the three we talked about and the one I added today. Now, let's talk a little bit about our purpose for reading, which when we first started was to be comprehensive detectives and find the main idea of the text. So we did go over the main idea, STEM, which was what I gave you. The problem is, the solution is. Well, we did have someone mention in small group that there was more than one problem, which is a good thing to figure out. However, when you're filling out your main idea STEM, you want the overall problem, like the big picture of the story, not the small problems within the story, okay? So the big picture of the story is what our main idea STEM was filled out according to. So the problem is, we said that Zuri had a special day and her mom wasn't there to do her hair. And then the solution was that her dad was there and he did her hair. So that was the big picture of the main idea, the problem solution, okay? So saying that we have already identified the STEM, kind of backtrack a little bit and talk a few minutes about text structures. Text structures have to do with how the author organizes the text in a way that it's easily understood by the reader. So commonly there's 5 text structures, and for our purposes we're going to be talking about 6 text structures, and I'm going to review them with you really quickly. So I'm going to share the screen so you can see all of them that I'm telling you about. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing just to make sure I'm getting the right screen, because sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there it is. Now, so these are the text structures that we are going to be referring to. And these are the sentence stems that we're going to be using for those text structures, okay? So you can see this first one is comparison. The second one is cause and effect. The third one is problem and solution. The problem is blank and the solution is blank. Then there's one called cause problem solution. This one may be the different one that you haven't seen very much. It says the cause of the problem is blank, the main problem is blank, and the main solution is blank. And then the next one is sequence, which would mean things within the text are just given to you in order. And then the last one is description. That's when you're actually given the topic, and then you have lots of features that are describing throughout the text. Okay? So you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 text structures here. And because of our main idea stem that we used, the one that we identified for Hair Love is problem and solution. Okay? So just remember these. We're going to be using these a lot throughout the year. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing there because now I'm going to write in the text structure that we have, which is problem, solution. Okay, problem, solution, because you can see that matches up with our main idea stem. The problem is and the solution is. And that is how we are going to figure out how to write our stems by first identifying the text structure and then picking out the stem that goes with that text structure. So we just kind of had backtrack so I could get you to see that that's the process we're going to be using as we read each one of our texts. Okay, so now to end with our time today, just want to say within the plot of Hair Love, yes, just like our friend pointed out, there was other problems throughout, but the big picture, the main problem was that she needed her hair done and her mom wasn't there. So the way that was solved was that her dad ended up doing it. Okay, so the other problems that were within it, if you remember, when she was trying to search on her computer or her iPad, she was trying to find a professional. And so she made a loud noise because she dropped it. Well, you could have seen that as a problem, right? Because then that's when her dad ran in and said, "What's going on?" Because he heard the noise. And then she ended up suggesting to him that they look up videos so that he would know what to do with her hair. So then you could look at that as another solution. So you see, throughout the story, you might find other problems and solutions, but you're always looking for that main idea stem. Remember, main idea has to do with the big idea, not little small ones throughout the story, but the big idea, okay? So because of that, when you're filling out your main idea stem, you're looking for the big main problem in the story, not the little ones throughout the story. Okay? All right, so Zuri had a big problem. She had to have her hair done. Her mom wasn't there. And her dad solved it because he was the one who did her hair. And that is what we filled out our main idea stem with. All right. So I just wanted you to understand that those text structures will always be what we will choose from, those 6, and then we will fill out our main idea stems according to whichever text structure the text follows. All right? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed Hair Love. If you want to listen to it again, you can go back and watch the first video. And I know I said we were going to get to summary, but I really wanted us to talk about text structure first, and I thought that was really important. So I hope that you have a bit more understanding of how we choose those text structures and how we write our main idea stems. All right, so I'm going to end with that today, and have a great afternoon, and I will see you next time.